Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Roshonda Russell, Vice President of 850 Club Credit Consultation. And we are doing a series, it's a 3-day series called Coffee and Credit, where we go live with you guys and we share specific topics on business and credit that'll benefit you guys to better help you increase your credit score or grow your business. So I am on, of course, Calvin Russell here. And did you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit Consultation. I say it 1,000 times with these
Right.
1,000 videos. So, yes.
So what's so funny is that we're on YouTube up top and then we're on Facebook at the bottom. So hey Facebook. So we have kind
Should we
of
put the
two
phone down there or no?
platforms going on here. Yeah, because it kind of looks like we're
Okay, all right.
looking up
We're going
and
to move you
down.
guys around, YouTube. Hold on 1 second. Okay, now
Oh,
we should be good. There we go.
okay. So it still looks a little weird, but bear with us. So we're doing coffee and credit. This is our credit cup here. This is our perfect credit cup. You guys could purchase this too if you guys want to visit our store. We'll put the link down below. But so today's topic is should I dispute or should I add accounts first to boost my credit score? So this is a question that we receive a lot from our members, from potential clients, from you guys online. And I thought that it would be a great way for us to kind of get that answer live with guys so you can ask us questions. So before we get started, if you can go ahead and let us know you can hear us by liking, just double tapping on Facebook here. And then if you guys could on YouTube, let us know that you can hear us by just saying yes. So if you can hear us, just type yes on YouTube. And then on Facebook, if you can double tap the screen by giving us some hearts.
Cool. All right.
Okay, YouTube, perfect. Okay, Facebook, we need some double taps. We need some hearts.
Perfect,
Okay,
perfect.
one like. I know it's about 60
Somebody's
y'all
there.
on here.
Somebody's there.
So if you
Good.
you guys free information, share it with somebody that you feel like will be beneficial. This information will be beneficial. Okay, so share this on your Facebook pages as well, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Thank you for the heart. So, should we dispute or should we add accounts first? What's your advice?
Well, it really strategies here at the company is that we know when people should add accounts to their credit reports. We know exactly what type of, what type of, I would say results. Not only that, but also expectations as well too that people should have. And unfortunately, a lot of people have the wrong expectations when they're disputing something. So, for one, dispute does not mean delete. Dispute means open up an investigation sense, then of course, they will remove it. Now, the thing about it is, though, is that a lot of people they forget three things when you're disputing. Number one is that even if it comes off, you may not get a tremendous amount of points for it if it comes off. Okay, so that's number one. Because I had a client where we got three items removed, and he had like maybe 7 points. Okay, come from that. And again, for those who don't know, as collections get older, they have a lower amount of value on them. So you do all this work, and then of course you get the item removed, and some things come off, some things don't. That's always been our motto. But either way, when we go through that entire process, then of course, it's just the right expectations that again, you may not get a tremendous amount of points for it. So that's number one. Number two, just because you dispute something and it does come off, doesn't mean it may not come back. Okay, so the thing about it is that you yourself cannot control what another company is going to do. I don't care what anyone says on YouTube, your family member, even your pastor. Okay, I don't care what they
Yes.
say. You can listen. There's only the company that put it on there can control whether it's going to be back on there. You guys got to keep that in mind. All right. And then, so of course, number three is that even if you get it removed, there's no telling, if another company will end up selling that. So all that plays a major role, when you're trying to go into disputing something. So now let's go into adding an account. Now, adding an account can mean a lot of different things. I've seen people that should not, and if you guys can see any of my videos, sometimes you guys are adding accounts and you don't necessarily have to add an account. Sometimes you just got to just change, what you're doing, right? And I'm going to talk about that in another video, because of a book that I'm reading, but I'll go ahead and talk about that a little in another video. But in short, you guys just have to change some of the things that you're doing on a daily basis. Just because you got a secured card, back when you were in the 400s, 500s, you get a nice, I don't know, 30, 50 point jump. You're thinking, okay, every time I get a secured card, I'm going to get this type of point boost. And that's not going to always happen, okay? And then another thing is that you have to look at what you already have. Are you maximizing what you already have, with your credit report? Now, I see people all the time. They say, well, Calvin, I need to get another credit card. Well, you ain't paying the one that you got right now. So it's, again, you have to know the timing is everything with credit, okay? It's when you really, really need it, that's when it's really difficult to get it. And so that's the thing, is that it's really all about expectations. You can add accounts, you can try to get things removed, but you have to know when to do it, when the time is right. And are you currently maximizing? That's what you have to ask yourself today. Am I maximizing what I already worked so hard to build? Because if you're being late on the auto loan, I'm telling you, I see people all the time. They have an auto loan, they have credit cards, they have a mortgage, they'll have whatever. They have the perfect platform for a future 800 score, future 850, a future 700, a future 750. But what ends up happening is that they're not maximizing what they already have. They're being late. We're talking about simple, basic credit things that people simply aren't doing. Maximize where you are first, then look around and say, okay, do I need to seek the help of a professional? 850 Club is here, right? Of course, we wouldn't just put logos on stuff if we weren't trying to help you guys, right? So that's number one. Number two is that if you were trying to do it everything on your own, we do have a do-it-yourself kit. I know I don't talk about it all the time because nothing replaces a coach literally walking you through the process, but we do have a do-it-yourself kit. You guys know me. We're never trying to necessarily just sell anything, but you don't have to, if you want something a little bit more than a YouTube video, but not as much as, one-on-one help, then you're right in the middle. And that's what that do-it-yourself, package comes in. And I think it's like $100 or less than $100 or something like that, because we're always, discounting certain things to make things affordable for you all. Okay.
74.
There you go, $74. We can't. She don't even want to do $75. It's $74. Okay. So, but either way, so you have that. Then you also have our dispute letter package. This ain't no random list of just letters. These are the actual letters that we use for our clients. And again, some things come off, some things don't. It's all about expectations. And again, you're not the original creditor. You have guys work on this repossession for me and things of that sort. And then they always find themselves getting their wages garnished or going into court or something like that. This month alone, I've had 4 people in wage garnishment just from repossessions, and 2 of them were going to close on a house. This is no lie. They'll probably comment when they see this video a little bit later, but this stuff is real. You cannot mess with these people the wrong way. These people that's giving advice, they're not attorneys, okay? They're not lawyers. They're just people that don't want to pay their debts like some of us, right? So we get it. It feels good that someone is looking out for you. I mean, that feels the same way you do about something. But keep in mind, it's all about expectations. But again, I told myself I was not going to keep this long. It's already long.
Great. I think, was that helpful for you guys? If so, go ahead and give us a like or say yes on YouTube. You could also, we'll have the links down below for the dispute letter package as well. I just wanted to also add that we could possibly, I know I'm kind of short on
Yeah.
YouTube, but full on full on Facebook. But I just also want to add, if you guys want to have a question or two, we can take maybe 1 or 2 questions right now. So if you have a question, just go ahead and drop it into the box here, and then we'll try to excellent credit. Okay. Yes. That's on YouTube. That's not a question. Okay. So if you have a question for us, drop it down in the box below. We'll try to get to it as quickly as possible. One of the things you guys also have to notate is that even though an item gets removed, because we get items removed for our clients all the time, you still may have to pay that debt. So even though it's off of your credit report, you still owe the debt. So, sometimes clients, and we've had to decline certain clients that just want things off. They'll call in and they'll simply say, "Hey, I just want this item removed. Good morning." And that's not all we do here. We help clients establish and repair interchangeably. So if you're more so just looking for things to get removed, you may you still have to you owe the debt. It's just not on your report at the time, right?
Yeah.
And then if it's false, then of course it can get removed. So we have a question. How many of it
Yeah,
kind
how
of
many
went
open
away?
lines? Yeah, so we got a couple of different questions. So, how many open lines of credit do we suggest? I'll say anywhere between 4 to 5 accounts. Keep in mind, student loans do not count. Student loans do not count when you're counting accounts. Okay, we're talking about raw accounts that just help you build credit, and again, that can be you were talking about credit cards, and you want to have a good mix. You can have like 2 or 3 credit cards where you can have an auto loan, you may have a personal loan, or something like that. But again, I would say about 4 to 5 accounts should get you where you need to be. For all of my people that's shooting for 850, you can get to 850 with a minimum of 5 to 7 accounts with an average age of 8 to 11 years. Okay, so just keep that in mind. What other questions we got here? I have a chapter 13 that was dismissed. It's been in my credit for a while and should delete by next November. Is there any way to expedite that process? Sure. Our dispute letter package most definitely has a process that's legal, that does not require a fraud alert, that does not require a police report, all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then again, sometimes things come off, sometimes things don't, but you don't have to worry about fixing one small issue now, right? And then creating a bigger issue later down the line. I don't care what your collection is, whether it's $100,000 collection or a dollar collection. That's a small situation compared to getting funding or getting approved for something later down the line. I think a lot of times people only focus on getting things. There's nothing wrong with trying to get things removed. Don't get me wrong, but don't spend too much time on trying to get something removed and then making yourself feel good for the short term, and then long term you're not able to get approved for something so simple. I know I have a client right now. I talked to him in November. He didn't want to get started with us. He was like, "Listen, I want everything off. I want everything a clean
Okay.
slate." All right, no problem. Sure enough, he did that. And here's a problem. What happens when you get a 40-year-old man? He's got nothing on his credit, and sure enough, he couldn't get that mortgage he wanted to get. Now he's getting kicked out of his house. That's a very difficult situation to be in because he was so ready to try to get something, get everything clean. You don't. Let me tell you something. Bad credit is better than no credit because bad credit means that at some point you qualified for what end up taking you to bad credit anyway. Banks know that things happen. Just like in 2008, and all those people lost their homes. You had to be a homeowner to lose your home, okay? So if banks can't always, they're not hung up on what happened in the past. They care about what you've done recently. So what other questions we got here? Um, Come back. Okay, there we go. Let's see. What's the best way to ladder up from a lower tier credit card to a higher limit credit card? Real simple, guys. All we have to do is make sure that you have a certain type of limit on your credit cards. To make sure that you're using them the right way, making sure that you're maximizing on the utilization. So this is what happens when you get credit, coffee and credit. Our 4-year-old is now up. So now you guys can enjoy the whole family here. So what other questions we got here? We're going to be wrapping up pretty soon. Does it just make sense not to worry about the negative and work on the positive? 1,000%. This is somebody who's been watching my videos. Don't spend too much. Listen, sometimes we spend major time on minor issues, okay, guys? So major time on minor issues. I don't know if you guys can see the 4-year-old on YouTube. If the credit report debt is, oh, let me go back up. Why don't student loans count? Student loans don't count because when they're in deferment, they show up as on time payments already. Okay, so when they show up as on time payments already, what is it currently doing for your credit report? You're not really going to see much, right? I personally think it's not really in the algorithm just because think about it. Most student loans, you got 4 or 5 different student loans. They've been in deferment for over 3 or 4 years. That's a lot of on time payments. That should push you in the 700s, but it doesn't. But the unfortunate part is that if student loans are late, you most definitely get the traditional result with late payments in the algorithm. And see, what's the reason why student loans don't count is because it's nothing really that you can do about them. They're already giving you free on time payments when you're not technically paying them. So it wouldn't be right that you're getting. That means that you can literally build credit just by taking out 2, 3 student loans and then not paying them for 2, 3 years. So the algorithm is already 20 steps ahead of you. So it's not going to help you like you think it should. If the credit report is legit, should you approach the creditor and pay it, dispute it, or wait for it to drop off? Debt is about 3 to 4 years old. There's nothing wrong with asking for a settlement, right? Asking for pay for delete. We do have that letter in our dispute letter package as well too, and our dispute letter package is really affordable. So I think it's like under
It's
30 or 40. There
$25.
you go. Look at that, super cheap. You got $25 when you don't have $25. So how is it when an authorized user not consider my FICO score when doing a debt to income ratio? The reason, well, I think that how is it an authorized user is not considered on my FICO. It is most definitely considered in the FICO algorithm. You may have had something that happened negatively, seeing that positive, impact to your score in a certain amount of time. I've seen that happen before where something they open an account at the same time another account got open. They didn't really get a chance to maximize on their credit score, in that amount of time frame. Okay. But again, FICO most definitely looks at authorized users. But keep in mind too, it could be the utilization of that authorized user. It could be the age of that authorized user. It could be young, so but you can't have an authorized user account and the utilization is over like 80%, over 30%. It's not going to benefit you. So let's see here. We 33G. Oh, I don't know who that is. Good God. All right. So easy to be dead. Let's see here. All right. So I'm a little confused. I load all my utilization 5 to 10%. Got approved for a small loan by 5,000. Once the report, it dropped my credit score because you just added $5,000 worth of debt. That doesn't mean that your score. This is natural. Well, if you add on a $5,000 personal loan, you add on an auto loan, a mortgage loan, that first month is going to drop. Okay, and again after that, after like a month or so, it's going to go back to where it needs to be. Either way, we got to get up, got to get this guy going. If you're wondering what I was drinking absolutely nothing, but it looked like I was drinking something.
Oh,
If you think it
wow.
was a plug for the cup, you are right. Tomorrow we'll put water in here. I don't drink coffee, but either way,
I
tomorrow.
drink tea.
All right, there you go. So, all right, guys, we got to run. You guys know we'll most definitely have a lot more videos coming. See you guys on the next video.
Tomorrow we're going live. Coffee and credit time between 7 and 7:30 we'll go live with you guys again. So make sure that you like, share, subscribe to us on YouTube as well, like our page on Facebook, and we'll have the links to the dispute letter package, the DIY, as well. But you can call us. We're open at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. The team will be there to answer your questions, as well, and get you started if you want to work with us personally.
Perfect. All
Okay.
right. Thank you, guys.